Anyway, my name is Nobody, and I'll be casting this last game in the finals of the Enter the Sahara tournament. Whoever wins this game will receive $100, and the runner-up will receive $80. Let's see what the civs are. We have Koreans over here for Melkor, and over here on the left we'll have TaToH playing as Koreans. So I can expect what we can see from this matchup. Koreans usually the laughing stock of TaToH as far as 1v1 Arabia goes, with all these new tower technologies and also the addition of what is it? There's an extra bonus in here. Fortifications built faster. I believe they're built towers, walls, and castles are built 25% faster, making the tower rush an even more viable strategy, especially in feudal age. The Koreans are something to be feared on an Arabia map. So we will see that bonus. The rest with the Koreans is just the same tower technologies. Villagers plus 3 line of sight, nice for doing a tower rush. Stone miners plus 20% faster. Tower upgrades free. Towers extra range. Now towers and other things built faster. Unique unit is the war wagon. And turtle ships move faster. We won't see that. Mangonel's extra range does the same thing. Team bonus has been changed from Mangonel's +1 range to Mangonel's minimum range reduced. I guess this is to prevent like really overpowered siege late game. But I guess you can ask the developers. And Koreans full archer line, no bloodlines, very poor knights. They'll get the last armor upgrade and a full infantry line, I believe. No, missing blast furnace. But what we're really interested in seeing is probably the towers. Or whether or not you're interested in it, we're going to see them anyway. Melkor, let's look at his base. Nice wood over here. Decent gold, it's pretty close to the town center, but if we see a tower rush, it could be vulnerable. Forward stone here. Stone's very important. We want to see a backstone. Do we see it? Yes, we do. So Melkor does have a backstone. That should be safe. And this wood is towerable. And I wonder why he's going for this one. He should place the villager in here if he wants to make the lumber camp there. This would be a better lumber camp. But the wood line doesn't look too towerable. TaToH's base. Front gold, again towerable. Kind of towerable. And on the hill. Front stone. Does he have a backstone? Has a backstone. It's a little bit far away. 2 golds on the front. So, worst map from TaToH. All of his golds are on the front. Can lure these deer, has not found this sheep. And even some more deer over here. So what kind of strategy are these guys going to go for? Are they going to go for a straight 20-21 pop-up tower rush? Are they going to go for a drush? Are they going to go for something different? What I would do in this situation is probably drush. That way, hopefully I can catch out the villagers if they go for a straight tower rush. So that's what I would do. Maybe even add an extra militias. But we'll see what they decide to do. Again, that first tower will be up 25% faster with the new bonus for the Koreans. The most, yeah, like Kay the Feudal says, the most important tower in a tower rush is, of course, the first tower. You don't want to be seen, and you want it to use it as a springboard for the next ones, which will be the ones that do the damage. Let's speed up the game just a little bit, until we get into closer to feudal age. We did see foreign wood from Melkor. Could be indicative of a drush. TaToH has not put up a... TaToH's doing some sneaky build here. He's not doing he hasn't done a lumber camp yet. Instead, he's chosen to go for mill first. I would, from what I've seen in this tournament earlier, he did this with Italians. And he did go for a straight tower rush, so I would expect that this game. Getting a little bit of that food earlier on. Let's see how many he has on berries. 2 on berries. And not even worrying about getting most of this food here, just trying to get in the food as fast as possible. And he won't need any. how to do that. Loom coming in from TaToH now. We'll need that to go for the tower rush. And second boar coming in a little bit late for Melkor. So should be a little bit delayed going to the next stage. Speed this up a bit. And Feudal Age coming in from TaToH, only on 20 pop. That's pretty good for a Civ that doesn't get any sort of early game economy bonus. And probably doesn't need all this food coming in right now. Could reassign these guys to more stone. And I only see two villagers going forward, which is a little weird. Maybe just wants to get a tower on this wood line over here. And I can't imagine why 2 villagers instead of 1 then. Maybe just to thwart off the wolves. There are quite a few. Is Palisade scouting this wood, so he's thinking the same thing we're thinking, which is towers, towers, towers. And Melkor going to stone right away, but I don't see any villagers going forward for him. So maybe he's doing this as a defensive precaution. And I would say that is an overreaction because only 2 villagers are coming forward. So some mind games here. And Melkor clearly has seen all the stone being taken right now. Even putting an outpost here. Really wants to see that first tower come in. I don't expect he saw that right there. And these 2 villagers look like they will go forward. The line of sight is very nice for these kind of plays. And this is nice here. So the tower is going up. This is a very difficult tower to accomplish without getting noticed, but it definitely will pay off. There's a little chance TaToH wins this fight. Melkor really should bring a villager over here to finish this off, but it looks like TaToH did win. Will this tower go up? There's only it's on maybe 80% right now. We have a yeah. Melkor brought his villagers in at just the right time. We'll lose a villager here. So will TaToH. But the important thing is this tower's not finished, and he should palisade this off just in case. And tower coming in from Melkor now. And this will do a lot of damage. Let's see if TaToH sees it. He does have the extra line of sight on the villagers, but it's just barely not enough. And this is kind of a waste, getting Town Watch. As you see, it doesn't increase his line of sight anymore here. Villagers had the line of sight to begin with. Will not get this tower up. That could have been a very, very nice tower. Building a counter tower here, make sure that a tower push doesn't continue. This is one of the best ways to stop a tower push, is to counter tower yourself. And another tower coming here. Could even see some stone walls would be sufficient, actually. But once I get the tower up, to make sure another tower doesn't come up on the wood line. We can play the Age of Empires drinking game, how many times I say tower in this game. Another villager coming forward, just trying to be sneaky. Maybe you could get a tower on this gold over here. Where is Melkor's other golds? His other golds are forward, so a tower right here would be very effective. And especially one here also. This is something that these players always thinking about these strategy decisions. which is something when I play always goes over my head because I'm there's too many actions at the same time. But just 2 towers right here can be very effective. And just 1 more hit and this villager will go down. Looks like all of these walls have just a little bit of HP on them, which should be sufficient. So far neither tower rush being super effective. So even though this tower doesn't look much, I would say that's an important tower for him. TaToH getting some wood right now. Maybe thinking about the next age. Probably not worth it for him to invest into military at this point, because Melkor should have his surplus of stone for more defenses. And this is the kind of game you expect from a Korean player to play. TaToH's wood will be safe, and his gold should be safe also. Stonewall now coming up from Melkor. Stonewalls do take quite a bit longer to build on African kingdoms, but again they do have the Korean bonus now of fortifications built faster. And even stonewalling in this tower shows how important this tower will be to TaToH. Stonewalling every little piece of it. Even each of these corners here. And right now this tower can't reach this goal, but it should be able to later on. And Melkor should be finding this relatively soon as this villager walks into the range of it. And he finally sees it here. Right now, if I was Melkor, I would emergency build a tower right here, because if another one goes up right here, that would be a very big deal. I don't know why TaToH chooses to engage this here. So this gold should be safe for now. And I think these outposts are pretty smart. So TaToH with control of this stone and this 1 gold at the moment. That'll be good if Melkor runs out of this original gold, but that wouldn't be for some time. It looks like these 2 villagers getting caught out right here. 1 villager going down, and I do expect this villager to be able to make it back alive. You know, who really likes watching knight fights and archer battles and unique units battle it out? I myself, I just like to see towers go at it. You know? Why would you like to see any other unit other than towers, outposts, and stone walls? And the occasional forward market. So TaToH are going to be up right now. 2 villagers behind, and Melkor should be up any second. We'll have the gold any second. No, I'm sorry, TaToH 3 villagers ahead. Melkor 2 behind. If you look at the KD, it's the same, so I don't know if this is due to wheelbarrow or... Looks like Melkor does have wheelbarrow. Looking for TaToH. And TaToH has it also, so maybe some idle time for Melkor. Another tower coming up, and should garrison into this tower right now. In fact, should garrison it with more villagers, because TaToH will be up sooner. And even building another tower right behind this. TaToH doubling down over here. 3 towers coming up. And how can you blame him? This gold will be so important for Melkor. TaToH's just thinking right now, if I can gold starve Melkor, then I'll win the game. So I'm going to put everything into trying to take out this gold. And if you think about it, that's, what? Those 2 towers are going to be 250 stone. Almost enough for a castle. We could have bought a castle. And TaToH will get the guard tower upgrade right away. I'm sure he'll go with the university straight away. Even a 4th tower coming up. Look at this! Tower Wars. Speed this up a bit. Nothing to see. Here's the guard tower upgrade. Gives them a little more attack. And the Koreans, of course, get the extra range. And Conquerors coming in straight away. Where's the university? Here it is. And a monastery to pick up some relics. Melkor, almost enough for a castle, and I wouldn't blame him if he wants to buy a castle at this point. But no, he's just going to go with more guard towers. Both players on Conquerors at this point. Melkor can, of course, garrison more villages into these towers than TaToH, unless TaToH sends them forward. And 5 towers in the exact same spot. I've never seen this in Age of Empires. Maybe he thinks he can trade in all 5 towers for a castle. Like in Monopoly. And even masonry coming down on the towers. So, let's see how much health with masonry. Going to 1500 to 1650, only 150 hit points. I think maybe even some armor though. We'll lose this tower battle. Needs to garrison these villagers immediately, and he does. But the important thing is Melkor still has his gold. Villagers, more villagers for TaToH right now. Is 400 in the score lead, and should be taking some relics. Being attacked by wolves here. Well, Work for Ice Cream says it's very nice to see AOC tower defense games. I agree. Because tower defense really is the most classic game that you can ever have. TaToH only on 1 town center. Probably going up to a 2nd over here. No, just a mining camp. And 1 town center for Melkor. Almost has enough for a castle now. TaToH, no stone left. Let's speed up the game a bit. Where's the castle going to go? Is the castle going to go over here? Or right in front over here? Either would be viable. Castle's going up over here. We'll be able to take out this tower. I don't know if that's the best position, however. Maybe the castle should go right here to make sure to take out these towers, or right here, because TaToH still has control of this gold. And what's the point of taking out this tower when this one's really the one that does a lot of damage? So with that castle placement, I think you can argue 5 towers would be more effective. Melkor spreading out throughout the map, probably wants to continue this tower rush. Another tower would go here, would be nice. And 2 towers coming up here. We'll lose a villager though. And this monk should be able to see this tower. And the tower goes up. So no wood from this town should be taken from this town center. And Imperial Age from TaToH, that's huge. He'll get the extra range on the towers, we'll be able to upgrade to Keep, and get Bracer and Chemistry for them. And with that, may even be able to hit this gold over here. And if he so chooses, if he has enough stone, he could even build a castle to build some trebuchets. All he's thinking as far as his game plan right now is just keep the golds. Just keep Melkor's golds. And Melkor could move out to this gold over here. I think he has seen it. Speed this up just a little bit more. Some villagers getting converted. And I think these have ballistics, so all 3 villagers going down. Imperial Age now coming in from Melkor. Just a bit slower. Melkor on 10 villagers less. And both going up to Imp on very low populations, but it's definitely worth it with all those extra upgrades coming in. Keep coming in for free, and Melkor's gonna say GG. Won't have access to gold later on. And that's the end of the tournament. So TaToH going home with $100, Melkor will go home with $80. And what could you expect? You couldn't expect anything else. I don't know if I expected 5 towers in the same place, however, from a Korean war. But that's the end of the tournament. Let's take a look at the achievements. A total of 7 units killed in this matchup, and 4 buildings razed. Better economy from TaToH during this whole thing. And really not much else to say. Just timeline, pretty stable.